Let's talk about rooftop tents. The whole overlanding scene is absolutely blowing up right now. And if you're an entrepreneur dreaming about launching your own brand, well, you are looking at a massive opportunity. But before you can get your tents out there, you've got one single critical decision to make: picking the right supplier. If you get this wrong, it can sink your entire business before it even gets off the ground. So, how do you make sure you get it right? Let's dive in. Because, look, let's be real for a second. You're not just selling a tent. You're selling this exact moment. You're selling the freedom, the adventure, those unforgettable nights out under the stars. Your whole brand, your whole dream, it's all built on making these incredible experiences possible for your customers. Okay, so you've done the initial legwork. You've got a list of suppliers, right? Their websites look amazing, the catalogs are slick, and on the surface, they all seem pretty great. So the big question is, how do you see past all that polish and find the one partner who's actually going to deliver? And, more importantly, how do you avoid a mistake that could cost you a fortune? That is exactly what we're going to do right now. We're going to walk through a simple but really powerful 5-point checklist. Think of it as your roadmap. It's designed to give you clarity and the confidence you need to find a rock-solid partner and build your business the right way. First up, checkpoint number 1, price. Of course, it's the first thing we all look at. But here's the thing. The price tag itself, that's really only half the story. We've got to dig a little deeper and figure out what that number truly means. And this really shows you the crucial difference between the lowest price and the best value. See that super low quote that seems too good to be true? Well, it probably is. It could mean they're using cheaper fabric or flimsy frames, or maybe it's a smaller tent, or they're just trying to get rid of old clearance stock. The best value, though, that's where you see things like better quality control, the supplier's reputation, and critically guaranteed after-sales service. Don't be shocked if you see a 10, 20, even a 30% price difference between legitimate quality factories. That's actually totally normal. It's often a sign of better systems, more reliability, and the kind of support you're going to need down the road. Honestly, in a lot of cases, that slightly higher price is really just you buying peace of mind. So the main takeaway here is this. When you get a quote, don't just stare at the number. Ask the supplier one simple but powerful question: why? Why is your price what it is? Make them explain it. Their answer is going to tell you everything you need to know about their quality and if they're the right fit for your brand. All right, on to checkpoint number 2. This is the ultimate reality check. It's time to get a sample. This is where all the claims and promises either hold up or they fall apart. So how do you do it? It's pretty straightforward. Once you've got a quote you're comfortable with, just ask for a sample. Now, yes, you are going to have to pay for the sample itself plus the shipping, but trust me, this is an absolutely non-negotiable step. You have to physically see it, touch it, test it out for yourself. Oh, and here's a pro tip. If you're checking out a few suppliers, use a shipping agent to bundle all the samples into one single shipment. It'll save you a ton of cash. And if you're wondering why that tip is so important, just look at this. The cost difference is insane. For a big, bulky item like a rooftop tent, air express shipping is crazy expensive. Sea freight is drastically cheaper. It's really the only way that makes any financial sense for getting your samples. At the end of the day, it all boils down to this. A physical sample in your hands is the only real way to know what a supplier is truly capable of. It just cuts right through all the marketing fluff and shows you exactly what you'll be putting your brand name on. And while we're on the topic of costs, if you're dreaming of creating a totally custom hard-shell tent from scratch, you need to be prepared. A brand new mold can cost you anywhere from $40,000 to $80,000. That is a massive investment. The really smart move? Test and approve a supplier's existing products long before you even start thinking about going custom. Okay, now for checkpoint number 3. And this is a big one that people often overlook. Communication. If you get this right, everything is smoother, but if you get it wrong, man, it can create so many headaches. I love this quote because it just says it all. You're not looking for an order taker who just says yes to everything you ask. No, you are looking for a true partner, an expert who uses their manufacturing experience to guide you and honestly to help make your product even better. So how do you spot a pro? Well, here are 2 dead giveaways. First, they actually answer all of your questions, clearly in a single organized message. None of that frustrating back and forth 20 email chain nonsense. And second, they offer professional suggestions. Maybe they'll recommend a better material for the hinges or a more durable coating for the fabric. That kind of input proves they're invested in your success, not just making a quick buck. All right, checkpoint 4 is a huge one, especially for a seasonal product like a rooftop tent. We're talking about time. In the outdoor business, getting to market quickly is pretty much everything. So, your typical lead times are going to vary a bit. You're looking at about 30 to 60 days for soft shell tents, but that can easily stretch out to 90 days for hard shells or custom designs. And here's a little inside secret. If you have two suppliers who are equal on quality and price, the one with the faster, more reliable lead time, they almost always have better management. That's a huge green flag you should look for. And this is exactly why it's so important. With outdoor gear, timing is everything. Being the first brand to have new stock when camping season kicks off, that can literally be the difference between having a record-breaking year and sitting on a warehouse full of tents you can't sell. And that brings us to our fifth and final checkpoint, shipping. This is all about mastering that final mile, getting your product all the way from the factory floor to your warehouse without any expensive surprises. If you're going to get into importing, you absolutely have to know this term, total landed cost. This is the real, all-in cost of your product. It's not just the price of the tent itself. It's that price plus packaging, freight, customs fees, and local delivery to your door. A great supplier will be totally transparent about this and help you figure out this number with no surprises. And this is another one of those areas where a really experienced supplier is just worth their weight in gold. A veteran exporter knows exactly how to pack a shipping container to maximize space, and they know what kind of packaging will actually survive a long journey overseas. That expertise directly saves you money on shipping and helps prevent damaged goods. So, let's just run through that 5-point checklist one last time. Number 1, price. Always, always ask why. 2, samples. Trust what you can actually see and touch. 3, communication. You want a partner, not just an order taker. 4, time. Remember that speed is your competitive edge. And 5, shipping. Always know your total landed cost. If you can nail these 5 points, you are setting yourself up for success. And really, this brings it all full circle. The whole journey starts on a concrete factory floor, but when you follow this checklist, it ends up exactly where it's supposed to be, on top of a vehicle, on some remote trail, helping someone create a memory that's going to last a lifetime. Your supplier. They're the invisible link that makes this whole amazing journey possible. So there you have it. That's the complete 5-point checklist for choosing your supplier with total confidence. You now have the framework. You've got the right questions to ask. So I guess the only question left is, are you ready to build your brand?